Welcome back to Behind the Lines. We're now going to talk about another way we can give back in the community, and it's through Keystone Soldiers, and it's Stockings for Soldiers. With us right now is the founder and director, Kyle Lord, and volunteer, John Senak. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How did this start, Kyle?
Well, my son was deployed in early 2002 in support of Operation Enduring Freedom. I thought I'd be sending him to college, so it was kind of a shock to be sending him to a combat zone. And I really needed something to occupy my time because I was also becoming an empty nester. And I decided to start a little website and let the unit know that everybody at home was okay and they could send us pictures and we would know that they were okay. And it kind of blossomed. There were about 2,500 Pennsylvania Army National Guard soldiers that were deployed with that group. And soon more and more of the units started asking if they could use the website. When things moved into Iraq in 2003, the website exploded. It just went crazy with requests for simple everyday things like bathroom tissue and toothbrushes and socks because they were having such a problem with their feet. And we decided to change our mission a little, and we have never ever turned away someone who's asked for a care package. We specialize in Pennsylvania troops, but we have taken care of troops from as far away as Australia.
Wow. So the areas that you're really targeting to distribute are where? Iraq?
Iraq, Afghanistan, Kuwait. We have a unit in Suda Bay, Greece. We have a unit in Korea, and we have several of the big ships that have requests in for a few stockings.
Okay.
So we basically have to tailor the stockings to the area they're going to. Some guys don't need the toiletries, others need extra snacks, and we tailor every package that goes out of the office.
Okay. Now, John, you're a volunteer
Correct.
with Keystone Soldiers. How long have you been volunteering?
It's 3 years now.
How'd you get involved?
I was laid off from my job, looking for something worthwhile to do, and did a little research online, found the local organization being Keystone Soldiers, and with it being time for the holidays, I couldn't find anything more worthwhile to do to pay those who are, really protecting our freedoms, and just put something in their hands and make them smile maybe for the holidays.
So what do you really do besides everything and anything that she tells you to do with this?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it works. It's, I do have a wife at home also.
Yes.
It's interesting how it works.
Yes.
Essentially, try to coordinate with the volunteers, keep things moving as smoothly as possible. Keep them motivated. This sometimes can be pretty difficult stuff. About a week or so ago, 2 weeks ago, we got a package back from someone that didn't make it. The package got there. He was killed in action. It's probably the saddest day in 3 years of being there. And you try to keep people motivated and focusing on doing what we do and trying to do it well, and think about what the soldiers feel when they open these stockings.
Yes. Now let's talk about these stockings that you're holding and that you've got in your hand, Kyle.
Aren't they cute?
They are cute.
Almost all of our stockings have been handmade by different groups across the country. There was a group in York who delivered 3,000 handmade stockings to us. We received 350 from the All Man's Peacemakers Quilting Guild in North Carolina. And I think they work all year just to make these for us. But they're absolutely beautiful, and it's just a little more of an added touch from home. We do use purchased stockings, and I don't want to put out there that we only use the handmade. There are some perfectly beautiful purchased stockings, and we have some of those too. I just really appreciate all the effort that goes into making these stockings and to take the time all year to think about the troops.
Sure.
And I think they notice the difference too.
Now, as far as items, there are, right here at Blue Ridge Communications, we are a drop-off point for this as well. And also at your office. Tell us where that is, too.
That is at 5 South Center Avenue in Leesport, Pennsylvania. And that is right on Route 61, so it's very easy to find. We are 10 miles north of Reading, and we are 8 miles south of Route 78 on Route 61.
Okay, That does sound easy. So now what do we need to know? I know on your website, the website is a great resource for all of this information about types of things that you're looking for, but let's talk about some of those. What do you need?
Well, basically, what we put in the stockings is we put socks in the toe. Every soldier, sailor, Marine, and airman gets a pair of socks.
Ah, okay.
Feet are important because the Army moves on their feet, is what they say. Underneath that, we have the toiletries, just small, basic toiletries. We have snacks, we have bags of candy. We try to put something fun in there, so little handheld games or decks of cards or hacky sacks or anything that would make you smile would probably make them smile too. We do have to keep in mind things like we cannot send glass. So we can't send glass Christmas ornaments, but we put plastic ones in. And that we're limited by size, and we're trying to get to as many of the troops as possible. So we want to keep to the small size items, individual packages of snacks, individual size Slim Jims, because we can't, if we put a whole carton of Slim Jims in here, that's all they get.
Right, right. So as you're digging through your sock there, John, what do you have? You have
There's
snacks?
Candy.
Okay.
A little cheerful note about the holidays there.
Those are
Yes.
beautiful in
Aren't
blue. I never saw those in
And
blue.
they have little hangers on, so they can decorate a little bit.
Yes,
They
okay.
don't
course
have a
we-
lot of space
We
there.
have socks as well, but I just thought I'd bring out some of the toiletries. It's amazing that people don't realize the things they don't have. Toothpaste, toothbrushes, foot powder, deodorant, shampoo,
Okay.
and razors. And by the way, one thing we cannot ship is any aerosol. So a lot of times we get donations of shaving cream cans, and they can't be shipped because of the aerosol. So
Okay, that's key, isn't it? Yes.
sure.
It's just a little bit of everything. And sometimes what's even more important are the cards and letters that we put in from kids, from other family members, and just from the general public. Just to let them know that they're not forgotten and that they are supported, that no matter what the politics of the day or the thoughts on the war, this has absolutely nothing to do with that. They're our neighbors and our friends and our community members and deserve our support for as long as they're away from home.
Yes. Tell me a little bit more about your son and with this. Yeah.
My son is Sergeant Brent Lord, and he's currently serving in Iraq. He has been on multiple tours of duty. He's been to Afghanistan. I was kind of hoping he'd be home for the holidays this year, but that's not looking so good at this point. He's missed a lot of Christmases and birthdays, and he spent his 21st birthday away from home, his 25th, and his 30th was this year. And it's very hard, you know, when you have a family, you think about the time you spent together and those moments like the Christmases, Thanksgivings, birthdays, and just to miss those leaves kind of an empty spot.
Oh, yeah.
So taking that forward to the troops that we have adopted, I treat them all as if they're my own.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how we work, and we do all work. Everybody that volunteers in our office seems to be of the same mindset.
And you also can really use those cash donations. Yes. Because one of the things we were talking about a little bit earlier when we were off camera was the fact that there's a lot of postage with this too.
Yes.
A misconception is that it goes for free, right?
Right. People think we take it to a military base and stick it on a plane and it goes. And that's not how it works. We have to use the U.S. Post Office, and there are costs involved, and it is a lot. It is by far our biggest expense, is the postage. If we have money and we need something to fill in a care package or a Christmas stocking, we can always purchase it. But if we don't have money to ship the items, it doesn't matter how many Christmas stockings we make, they won't go. So postage is our biggest request.
And as you were saying too earlier, there's another misconception that things are supplied.
Especially to the troops, the things here that you normally think that are everyday items that you take for granted. And basically we've got this figured, people look at, well, what can I do to help if they ask that question? A simple $5 donation is approximate cost to ship a stocking. There's not a whole lot of things you can do that could make you feel that good for $5.
Yeah.
So simply by doing that, it puts the stocking in a soldier's hand right before, during, or right around the holidays.
So what we can do is go to the website, which we have up on the screen, and find out ways to do that, to get money to you, to get these items to you, drop them off here or at your location. And just briefly, we were talking about a letter or a card.
Yes.
That's really important, isn't it?
Yes, and even families who are struggling this year and can't afford to make a donation monetarily, have the kids sit down at the dining room table and take some construction paper and make us a couple cards. We put cards and letters in every stocking we send, and we put more in the top of the box.
Okay.
The more messages of love and support they have from home, the better chance of getting them home mentally and physically healthy.
Thank you. You're
Thank
doing
you.
good work. We're going to take a brief pause. When we come back, some final thoughts. Stay with us.